Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching. We're glad that you are. We hope that you've been enjoying some of the spring weather, getting outside, watching the flowers grow. Do you have any flowers? Are you a flower grower?
Yeah, but I'm moving, so I don't really have much.
No.
I have a basil plant that's just blossoming and a strawberry plant that somehow made it through the winter outside. So
Good. Good for you.
exciting.
Yeah, I've never been much of a gardener one way or the other, but I like to see the flowers blooming, and we've got a few coming up around the parsonage, and that's kind of nice, and to watch all the growth around the creek or creek here in
I call it
Iowa
a ditch.
Falls. A ditch here in Iowa Falls. So we hope that you've been out there enjoying it, doing what you enjoy, having life. This past Sunday we had a great celebration with the confirmands, welcoming 6 young people into full membership into the life of the church, and we hope that you were able to celebrate with them and continue to celebrate with them. And this next Sunday we celebrate as well. We celebrate all those educators in the midst. We have a lot of educators in our congregation, and within the Christian education department of the church, we came up with a list of names of 18 to 20 people who are involved, who are needed to make it happen, which is a lot of people.
It is a lot of people.
These things don't just happen. We need your gifts and your talents to make it happen, and we have very talented 18 people that we're going to lift up and celebrate and thank them for their time and their interest in our children and our adults in all of our Christian education, and we hope that you're here for that, so you can give them your personal thanks as well. And it's also Mother's Day.
It is.
Yeah. So that's a reminder for you. This Sunday is Mother's Day, so you better get something. I better make a note as well.
Yeah, I have to as well. I asked my mom, like, what does she want to do? And she's like, I don't know, probably watch Netflix. Like, well, that's not helpful.
Yeah, my wife got a phone call from our son who's going to come for lunch on Sunday, and Barb's thinking, what kind of Mother's Day gift is that?
Oh, man.
So maybe he's bringing lunch with him. I don't know. We'll see. But we continue to be in the season of Easter. We continue to be in the Gospel of John. We continue to be in what we are calling, or what is called, the final discourse, where Jesus is sharing with the disciples and trying to train them and prepare them for how they are going to behave within themselves as a group and a household, how they're going to extend themselves to the world. And in this Sunday's reading, Jesus says, I call you friends, okay? Which is a big step in a relationship with the disciples. That there's really no longer a distinction between Jesus and the discipleships, because in a friendship you don't have that. Right?
No.
What do you like about the friendships that you have? What makes them special?
The laughter.
The
That
laughter?
they know me so well that I can laugh a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy.
That you know one another really well, because you accept one another, you spend time with one another, you listen to one another.
Listening is a big deal for friendship. There's one thing for me to like tell you things and all of a sudden you tell me things back, but we're not listening. But friends that actually listen to one another, grieve with one another, rejoice with one another is beautiful.
Yeah. And that's the relationship that Jesus is extending to the disciples, and in turn, there's this expectation that the disciples will still have that friendship, that type of relationship with one another and with the world as they go out there. So some of the things that you practice in your friendships is patience, right? You're patient with one another. You forgive one another. You accept one another. You care for one another. And it's that expectation that Jesus is placing on the disciples, which is us. That we have relationships of depth, relationships where we know one another well enough that we can have conversation. So this week, meditate on your friendships. What makes them special? How can they be more special than they are? And who needs to be your new friends? Peace.